How do you know if your agency is profitable enough? Well, there's a way to find out, and even a formula that agencies can optimize. And who better to shed the light on this topic than Marcel Petitpas, CEO and co-founder of Parakeeto. Marcel has worked with hundreds of agencies around the world with one sole focus: measuring and improving their profitability.
Let's face it, profitability plays a crucial role in serving your clients and team. Without sufficient financial resources, none of this would be possible. While money shouldn't be the sole motivator, it's certainly one of the most important ones, especially given the cost of good talent today. Moreover, a profitable agency is a success for the entire team, meaning more growth opportunities, competitive salaries, and the ability for each team member to thrive in their respective roles.
And according to Marcel, the delivery margin will be the ticket to having profitability baked into your marketing agency. So before we dive into the three main levers to improve profitability, let's quickly go over what a delivery margin is. Your delivery margin is the ratio of delivery costs to agency gross income that your agency earns in a given time period of work. Now, after doing some rough calculations, you might find yourself staring at your computer screen and wondering, is my delivery margin good? Or a healthy delivery margin is considered between 50 to 60%.
For delivery margin, agency-wide, strong profitability might be difficult to achieve if you're under 50%. We consider anything between 50 to 60% as healthy. If you're looking at this on a per project or per client scope, 60 to 70% is considered healthy.
So if you're a little concerned about your delivery margin, let's dive into the three metrics to improve those numbers. The first lever to explore is the average billable rate metric, which means how efficiently does your team earn your revenue?
For the average amount of agency gross income that your agency earns, how many hours did your team work to earn that money?
Let's break it down a bit. If you sell a project with an agency gross income of $10,000 and work 50 hours, that's an average billable rate of $200.
In terms of where you should be benchmarking yourself, you're going to want your average billable rate to be around 3 times your average cost per hour.
Now, there are two primary ways to boost your average billable rate. One is to raise the price for the same product or service without increasing its scope, or two, reduce the amount of time needed to produce the same product or service without lowering the price. The second lever is the average cost per hour metric, which means figuring out how you can do the same work that you're doing for the same prices while spending less money.
Your total payroll cost and benefits are your team members' salaries, benefits, payroll taxes, and any other costs you incur that are directly related to employing these people summated. Typically, you would think of the scope of this as all the compensation and benefits you would advertise to a prospective employee.
So the average cost per hour formula for an employee whose payroll and benefits are $120,000 annually and who works 40 hours a week for a total of 52 weeks in the year is $57.69. To decrease this number while not increasing your prices or lowering the standard of your work, create better processes and standard operating procedures to make use of more junior and less experienced and therefore less expensive talent.
In terms of where you're going to want to be considered at a healthy average cost per hour, generally, being 1/3 of your average billable rate is a good start. The third and final lever for you to make a positive impact on your delivery margin is by improving your utilization rate. This is a metric that calculates the average capacity that is used for revenue-generating activities over a certain time period or within a specific section of your team.
Delivery hours is the number of hours spent working on tasks for a client, and capacity refers to the total number of hours that the team has available during that period. So for a typical team member, their capacity is 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, so 2,080 hours. And let's say the time spent by that employee working directly on client projects was 1,600 hours, 480 hours being spent on indirect labor, like training, meetings, etc. So 1,600 hours divided by 2,080 hours would give us a utilization rate of 77%. You can increase your utilization rate by either selling more work to keep the team busier or decrease your team's capacity to align closer to the delivery hours that are available.
In terms of what we would deem as a successful utilization rate, somewhere from 50 to 60% on an agency-wide level would be considered healthy. Remember, when looking agency-wide, we're also including those on the sales team, internal marketing, admin team, and whoever else isn't doing delivery work, along with your delivery team all in one.
Although if you're focusing solely on the delivery team or a specific production role, like a designer or a developer, the ideal target for weekly workload would be around 70 to 90%, taking into account the work culture at your agency. However, if you factor in vacations, sick days, and other off time, the yearly percentage may decrease to around 60 to 80%. Nonetheless, this serves as a solid baseline to begin with.
In general, it's not recommended to share this metric with your team and use it as a performance target, as this can result in inflated timesheets or unnecessary delays. Instead, the utilization metric should be used as a tool to assess the management team's ability to effectively balance capacity with the sales pipeline.
In summary, these are the 3 metrics to improve the delivery margin and profitability of an agency: average billable rate, average cost per hour, and utilization. Find more details on this blog post written by Marcel to learn more about unlocking your agency's growth potential with delivery margin optimization. If you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and hit that bell notification button to stay updated with our future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.